Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the elders, great millstone, I learned his truth, and also to the whole elect that is scattered abroad. I'd like to say shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. The title of today's lesson is A Dreadful Sound is in His Ear. So I'd like to say shalom to all our listeners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So that about that we're ready upon the great day of the Lord, and that is about what was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. It is payday, and that is about that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks. He's getting ready to pay for all the atrocities, all the innocent blood that was shed, all the thieving, all the deceitfulness. It's getting ready to be a thing of the past. Wickedness has exceeded, polluted the whole earth, and the Lord is getting ready to set things back into order. And that is about we cannot wait, and that is about that it's time to pay. The Lord said, "Vengeance is mine," says the Lord, and that is about it is payday for Esau Edom, the other nation, also the two-thirds. He said, "First my judgment will start at the house of Israel," and that is about it that we cannot wait. So the title of the day lesson once again is A Dreadful Sound is in His Ear. So we get started. One moment. We get started with the title of the day's lesson, Job chapter 15 and verse 21. And it reads, "A dreadful sound is in his ear. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him." And that is about it. You know, the great day of the Lord is fast to approach. We're in that transition of power. And that destroyer is Yahweh Shai. And that is about the king of the universe is getting ready to return. And that is about and snatch him out of rulership. His time is short. We're in that short season right now, even though we know that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And that is about he will not be able to perform his enterprise. The Lord is getting ready to return. That is about that dreadful song is in his ear. And that is about we're constantly exposing all his evil device, all his evil plans. And that is about let's get another quick precept. Let's go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 11. Revelation chapter 11. One moment. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 11. One moment. Salaki. Revelation chapter 11. One moment. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 11. And it reads, "And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered unto them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them." And everybody's talking about the men of the Lord making these videos in the highways and the byways, constantly standing up, you know what I'm saying? Standing up, you know, for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You say, who will stand up for me for against the evildoers? And that's the men of the Lord. We constantly prophesying against the so-called white man. All this evil and wicked device. We are not ignorant of Satan's device. And that we constantly exposing each and every day. And that you know, what devil was hid is constantly being is being brought to light. And that is about that, you know, you cannot do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. And that is about that. It's time to pay. Recompense and judgment right upon it. And that is about it. The great day of the Lord is fast approaching. And that is about we know that our salvation is very close to him yet believe. And that is about that breath of life is in the middle of the Lord. And that is about we constantly speaking that dreadful sound to him each and every day. Slavery, you know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to drink of that cup. And that is about we cannot wait. And that is about he showed us no mercy. And we shall not show him any mercy. And that is about he's getting ready to pay. And that is about we cannot wait. So rejoice ye heaven. So now, let's go to one moment. Let's get another quick preview. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30. One moment. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7 before we open up the lesson. And I hope that you get edified by the lesson today. Deuteronomy chapter 30. One moment. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And it reads, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. Who hate us? And everybody, you can go to Psalm chapter 83 to give you a list. And the head of that list, Esau, even the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that is about the curses are falling upon them. And that is about his kingdom is divided. It cannot stand. And that is about the Lord is constantly breaking this place down piece by piece, brick by brick. And that is about it. They know he's getting ready to level this place with that fervent heat, the IBCM missile. And that is about even though we read upon World War III, even though we seeing that this great time of trouble is coming upon us, you know, this global reset. And that is about the global reset that's getting ready to come. It's the kingdom of heaven. The Lord is getting ready to come and reset everything. And that is that dreadful song that he do not want to hear, but that is about you cannot do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. And the truth is constantly flaring throughout the four corners of the earth. Then shall the end come. That's that dreadful song that's in his ear. So now, let's go to let's start the lesson. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 33. Hope that you get edified by the lesson today. Isaiah chapter 33. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1. And it reads, Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And out of the battle, who was robbed and spoiled, killed, constantly, our innocent blood was shed. That's what the children of Israel. And out of the battle, we've been robbed and spoiled. And out of the battle, we fit the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. And out of the battle, we are the chosen people of the Bible. We were robbed and spoiled, and they was not. And out of the battle, they're getting ready to be robbed and spoiled. And we getting ready to deal with them the same way that they dealt with us. And out of the battle, we cannot wait. That is that dreadful sound that is in his ear. So now, let's go, one moment. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. One moment. Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. And it reads, He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saint, the elect. And out about it, what was done to us is getting ready to be done to him. We were led into captivity by Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks. We get ready to lead him into captivity. And out about it, we cannot wait. So we're in that transition of power. And out about it, these are the birth pains. And out about it, the great time of trouble that we have never seen before. Jacob's trouble right upon it. That dreadful sound is in his ear. And out about it, we cannot wait. So Bible prophecy constantly rolling left and right. It's time to watch, pray, and be sober. And out about it, we are almost here. So now, let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1. Obadiah chapter 1. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 10. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it reads, For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, Israel, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that is about, that's the so-called white man. And that is about that he's getting ready to be cut off forever. 1,000 years of slavery, after slavery, he would be totally eradicated. He is the wrath fitted for destruction. So he was tailor-made to be destroyed. And that is about, we cannot wait. He is the wicked. When you go to Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And that is about, who covered the face of the just. So a lot of things he's getting ready to pay. All his crimes, it's time to pay. And that is about, it is payday. And that is about, it's time to pay. We had to pay. You're getting ready to pay. And that is about, we cannot wait. And that is about it. So rejoice ye heaven. So that dreadful sound, it is in his ear. And that is about it. He don't want to hear, but that is about it. Hey, we're going to constantly keep prophesying, keep warning, sounding along each and every day. And we stand on fire for Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now let's get another quick precept. Let's go to Lamentation. No, let's just drop down to verse 15. Obadiah chapter 1, and we'll drop down to verse 15. And it reads, For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Verse 16, For as ye have drunk upon my holy mount. Verse 16, let's read that again. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So that is about it, everything that they have done, all the atrocity, all the innocent blood that they shed, the lies, all the robbery that they have done, all the atrocity against Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, they're getting ready to pay. And that is about it. They didn't show us any mercy. We will not show them any mercy. So that dreadful sound is in his ear. And that is about great fears falling upon him, and also the heathen nation now, and also the tutor. And that is about it. Recompense and judgment is right upon us. Judgment has started, but that is about it. It's getting ready to be turned up. And that is about great death, great mourning is right upon us. We're at the beginning of sorrow. That dreadful sound, it is in his ear. So now, let's go to Lamentations. Quick lesson through the Spirit. Lamentation chapter 21. Lamentation chapter 4 and verse 21. And it reads, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. Verse 22, The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom, so-called white man. He will discover thy sin. And out of the Bible, that he's making Esau bear and bear each and every day. All this evil scheme, all these unrighteous decrees are coming out on him. And out of the Bible, that we're not ignorant of Satan's advice. So that everybody, he has discovered all his sins. And out of the Bible, that it is time to pay. And out of the Bible, that he's getting ready to pay with his blood. He said, the one that did not hate his blood, the blood shall pursue thee. So we get that in a minute. And out of the Bible, that is that dreadful sound that is in his ear. So now, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 35. One moment. Ezekiel chapter 35. Ezekiel chapter 35. And we'll start up. One moment. Ezekiel chapter 35. We'll start up at verse. We'll start at verse 5. And it reads, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, says the Most High, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So that is about it. You have love shedding innocent blood, and that is about it. Your blood is getting ready to be shed, and that is about it. You know what I'm saying? What was done to us is getting ready to be done to you. That dreadful sound is in his ear, and that is about it. It is time to pay. The Lord said, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I will repay, and that is about it. He's getting ready to repay. The cup is getting ready to pass to you, and that is about it. The cup of affliction, all the hell that we went through, you getting ready to go through it, but double, and that is about it. We cannot wait. Woo, the righteous judge is getting ready to set things back into order. So that is about it. Rejoice ye heaven. The dreadful song is in his ear. So now, dreadful sound is in his ear. So now, let's go to one moment. Let's get a quick precept. Let's go to Job chapter 5 before we close out. Let's go to Job chapter 5. Yeah, Job chapter 5. One moment. Job chapter 12. Job chapter 5 and verse 12. Job chapter 5 and verse 12. One moment. And it reads, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So that everybody's there, even though he's getting ready to come down with great wrath upon the children, trying to set up his new world order, his pseudo sign, his lying wonder, his pseudo salvation, and everybody would not work. The Lord is getting ready to come and snatch him out of rulership, and everybody that we're in that transition of power. So Esau is the end of this earth age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. The kingdom of heaven, it is at hand. That dreadful song, that dreadful sound is in his ear, and everybody, we cannot wait. So the Lord is getting ready to set up that righteous kingdom. Whoo, we cannot wait. It's almost over. This nightmare is almost over for the children of Israel, the elect, the house of David. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. Immortality, rulership, spiritual power is right around the corner. So now, let's go to, let's close out in Job chapter 20. Let's go to Job chapter 20, and we'll start up at verse 5. Job chapter 20 and verse 5. We start up here. One moment. Job chapter 20 and verse 5. We start up here. And it reads, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. So that about it, he's knowing that he's in that short scene. He's trying to set up all his pseudo sign, his lying wonder, the new world order, order out of chaos. And that about it, he will not be able to perform his enterprise. So it is only just for the moment. The Lord is getting ready. All this wickedness and all this deceiving is getting ready to be a thing of the past. The Lord is finna cease all this, and he's finna get ready to set up that righteous kingdom forever and forever. The world without end. That's that dreadful sound that is in his ear. And that is about it. He's getting ready to pay. It is payday. So now, let's continue. Job chapter 20 and verse 6. And it reads, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. And that about, seeing that he have these space stations, seeing that he have all these different satellites, all this different technology that he got from the left hand side. The Lord blessed him with that sword, and the Lord is getting ready to snatch that sword out of his hand. That is that dreadful sound that is in his ear. So now, let's start back up at Job chapter 20 and verse 7. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. So only for a moment. And that is about, we'll be in the kingdom. Excellent. Where is this wicked man? Where is he at? Where's the cave beasts at? They will cease after 1,000 years. There would be no more. They would be totally eradicated off the earth. The wrath fitted for destruction. That is about it. They are only here for a short time. And that is time. And that is about it. Their time is up. And that is about it. We cannot wait. So payday is on the way. And that is about it. It's time to pay. Esau, Edom. And it's time to pay. It's time to pay. And I don't know, we had to pay, you're getting ready to pay. That dreadful sound is in his ear. So now, let's drop down to Job chapter 20. Let's drop down to verse 22. And it reads, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So that about he's in the fullness of his sufficiency right now. He get ready to try to set up all these wicked schemes and wicked devices, and that about it. That he's in for a rude awakening. That dreadful sound is in his ear. So now let's start back up at verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So that dreadful sound is in his ear, and that is about it. That he is in for a rude awakening, and that is about it. That we cannot wait. Woo, we get ready to change places. That dreadful sound is in his ear. So now let's start back up. Job chapter 20 and we'll start back up at verse 24. And it reads, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Verse 25, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. And that is about it. That's the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Those missiles getting ready to come out of those silos and get ready to fly across the ends of the earth. And that is about it. We cannot wait. Babylon the Great is getting ready to be destroyed with that fervent heat. The Lord is getting ready to lay this place down. That dreadful sound is in his ear. So now, Job chapter 20, and we'll start back up one moment. And we'll start back up at verse 26. And it reads, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places, and fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Verse 27, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Verse 28, the increase of his house shall depart, and his good shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 29, and this is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the heritage appointed to him by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So that is about it. That is that dreadful sound that is in his ear. And that is about it that, he have a very short time. And that is about it. Even though he's trying to bring forth this new world order, this cashless society, this digital ID, where you would not be able to buy or sell. Revelation chapter 13 and verses 15 to 18. So that beast system is speaking loud and clear. That blockchain system is right upon it. It is here. And that is about it that, great death and great mourning is right upon it. Great persecution. And that is about it. It's time to watch, pray, and be sold. And that is about it. We constantly warning you left and right. And that is about it. We are here. That dreadful sound is in his ear. And that is about it that we cannot wait. And that is about it. The Lord is putting the curse on the other nation. And that is about it that, he's constantly turning things right back sides up. And that is about it. This is the land of confusion. And the Lord is getting ready to bring peace and harmony back on this earth. And that is about it. The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks, he do not want to hear that. That is that dreadful sound that is in his ear. So the title of the daily lesson once again is a dreadful sound is in his ear. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. I'd like to say, Shalom.